Hey everybody, this is Clint at Man Skull 101. We're out at the shooting range. I got myself, my son, and my grandson with me. 3 generations of Fennel shooting rifles out here, and we're loving it. So I got my 7PRC here. This is a Ruger American Predator, and I've done a couple little tricks to it, added some weight to it, played with the trigger a little bit, and it shoots pretty good. This here is a Berger 195 grain bullet, which is the Extreme Outer Limits something something Hunter. It's a big long name. Anyway, I'm shooting these babies. I got the chronograph set up, which is my son's, and we'll see what kind of velocities I get. So give me 1 second, we'll load her up and take a shot. Alrighty, that's about 3/4 of an inch high, which is not bad. A little bit of a sticky bolt there. We got these a little bit warm. Let's send another one. That's a 2713 velocity. Yeah, I forgot my mag, so I'm single loading this thing. You know, you got to do what you got to do. All right, we're going to send another one. Not bad. I felt it pull off to the right a little bit. But not bad. We're, you know, in the half-minute range out there. Send one more down. Maybe a little more than a half minute. Let's see if we can tighten it up. Not bad. Probably close to 3/4 of a minute, I imagine. All right, I'll get some video of my son shooting now also. All right, so now my son's going to take some shots with this fancy Seekins Precision Havoc Element in 7PRC. You're up, buddy. He's been shooting super tight groups, like, you know, mini half-minute groups. I'm hunting around the 3/4 minute area. Well, this is a very light gun. What'd you say that weighs?
8 pounds.
8 pounds even with
Loaded.
the scope. No bipod though, right?
No bipod.
No. Yeah, that's a light gun. It's a mountain gun for sure. Paid $6 for that thing. He's loving it. Man, got that big brake on there. That's an EC tuner brake. It's blowing my hair back right here. But it works good. It dialed him in. It made a difference. And Eric Cortina tuner brake for sure. They're not cheap, but they're cool. All right, looking good. We're going to walk you down at some point. I think we'll get Jameson shooting a few.
Yep.
And then we'll take a walk down there. All right, so Daddy's going to get him set up here, and Jameson's going to shoot. Give me a thumbs up, buddy. All right. Now he's shooting 100 yards with his, what's that, a Savage? What is that?
A Rossi, that's right.
It's a Rossi?
Yeah, RB22.
There you go. Pretty cool little gun, like a rubberized stock. Nice high-vis sights. You like it pretty good, buddy? Yeah, cool. He likes shooting, too. He likes hanging out with Dad and Grandpa.
Okay.
A.K.A. Papa.
Remember,
Grandpa
finger off
seems
the trigger.
old, but Papa seems pretty cool.
Okay, hold in your shoulder.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Okay, finger off the trigger. Wait. Okay. Line it up good. Yeah.
Nice. Good shot.
Good job. Watch it down.
Running that bolt.
Okay. Line it up.
Cool. Good one, buddy.
Finger off the trigger till you're ready. Okay, go ahead. Good job.
Nice. Always safety first, guys. Fun second, safety first. Always. Good one.
Okay, last one. Let's line it. Line it up good. Yep, squeeze it. Good job.
Good job. Good job, brother.
High five. Yeah.
Nice. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff.
3 more shots out of this. I got 2 different loads here. They're very close in powder charge weight. I'm not going to disclose that right now, but I'm shooting around 2725 to 2750 average feet per second. So 195 out of the 7 PRC. So that's scooting along pretty good. Powerful cartridge. These are a 755 BC bullet and a good long range flat shooting bullet. They are a hunting bullet from Berger. So a couple more shots. I'll do 3 more shots. Now some people say I'm cheating by using this fancy wrist. I don't know about that. Maybe it is. Keep that bubble in mind. At 100 yards, it's not that critical, but you know, at a longer distance, you want to make sure and check your bubble. I still do it at 100. It's a good habit to be in. So my bubble right here, try to center that, and try to shake this gun all over the place. I learned on the last shot before that one, it's a good idea to keep your mouth shut when when you're shooting a magnum rifle. Get a little in your mouth, you know. I've been told to keep my mouth shut before. Come to think of it, huh? Weird. That's what they must have been talking about.
Yeah.
Well, not bad. I'm hovering in the 3/4 minute group area, I believe is where I'm at, which is not terrible. We'll go down after we're done shooting and take a look at these targets. Alrighty, so we decided, Josh gave me this, the muzzle brake off of his 7 PRC, which is the Seekins Precision one that came factory with his rifle. Like I say, he put that EC tuner on his, and it's pretty sweet. Get a good look at that. It's got some rearward facing vents. Nothing top, nothing bottom, but should be pretty good at recoil mitigating. Now this one, so this is 7mm, intended for 7mm. Although that may be a 30 caliber hole right there. This one I pulled off of my Remington 700 300 Win Mag. This is a JP Precision's brake, and it does a good job. You see it has top porting and then pretty straight out porting to the side. It does a good job. But since I have the availability of this one, Josh gave this to me, so I'm going to try it on this 7 PRC, and if it works out good, then I'll put this back on my Win Mag, and I won't be one muzzle brake short. So we'll get this thing laced up here, threaded on, nice and easy. There we go. And so this comes with a clocking ring, and but you know, I went old school. Man, if it works, it works. I put an O-ring on here to squish it up with this one to clock this, and it's worked fine for, you know, a couple hundred shots. So I'm just going to go with that same procedure, even though we have a locking ring for this one. Locking ring, clocking ring. But, you know, that O-ring, gets it on there good and snug. All right, we're back. So we had a little range break there for a minute. Some of the guys had to go change their targets. And so now we're back, and we put that Seekins Precision brake on there. And I can see from here, it's pointing at about 130. So I'm gonna pull it back and clock it a little better. I didn't realize that until I laid it on the bench, but it needs to be turned about another 5 degrees. So let's fix that. That way about that much. And you know, if this thing kicks sideways, you can turn it a little bit to adjust that, you know. So let's see how we do now. We'll take a couple more shots. Get settled in here. Stop pushing the gun all around. Easy on the trigger. All right, let's do another one. Check that bubble. Well, oddly enough, I'm hitting way high, like 6 inches high, by changing the brake. That's interesting. Wonder what's up with that. I'm going to verify that, but that's what I think I'm seeing right now. So let's run another one. I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility. You put a different brake on it, things are going to happen different. So let me shoot one more. I'm going to hold low because those are hitting in the group up above it, and I don't remember exactly how many I shot there. I'm going to hold low and verify that I am hitting high now. So I did not expect that, though. I got to tell you that. Let me look down there. The first shot I just did not. Yeah, those are those last two are about 3/4 of an inch below the dot that I was shooting at previously, which is a good 8 inches. That's 8 by 11 sheet of paper. So interesting that it moved it that much. I guess I'll shoot one more, verify that. I've got 3 and then the 2 I just shot. So I'm going to shoot one more, verify that, and then adjust my elevation on my scope, I guess, to hit that last dot. That's interesting, though. I didn't really see that coming. Just goes to show you, you know, you make some kind of changes to your rifle, you got to test that out before you go hunt or go compete of any kind, you know. Always test it out. Yeah, for sure, that's it. It's about, I would say, a good 6 inches high. So I'm going to dial down right now. Whoops, I just went 6 inches the wrong way. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be about right. Probably warmed up a little bit right now. It's just warm. I think I'm okay, you know, to shoot another 3 now. I'm not going to shoot them fast, but kind of load it up slow, give it a few seconds to cool down. A little bit of a breeze here, so that helps cool it down. All right, so should be right about. So truth be told, why there's no zero stop on this scope, because I stole this scope off of my Ultra Mag. Been swapping parts around, but you get a new rifle and then you need a scope and then you need a brake, so I've been robbing parts around. But anyway, so this scope is originally off of my Remington 300 RUM, Remington Ultra Mag. That is our kind of our dedicated ELR rifles. And I'm borrowing it for right now, for this rifle. So the zero stop is not installed, not set. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, hopefully this puts it down on the dot now, or close to it. Should be right there. I did measure that, which I can, obviously. So there's 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 minutes high. You know, this has an EBR7 reticle, which I really like, and I can obviously measure that. So I just did. I dialed down 6 minutes, which is roughly 6 inches at 100 yards, and really it's only 4 minutes apart. I can measure that in my reticle. So now I'm going to go back up 2 minutes. 1, 2. Now we should be in there. Or I might miss the bank completely. Let's see. A little bit of mirage out there. That's better. I'm a little bit low though. Still about a minute low, looks like. So I'll go ahead and shoot a group right there. Yep. They're touching down there, so that's a good start. Hopefully I can keep this one right in there. Yeah, that's nice. They're all 3 touching. It's a vertical string, but they're all in one ragged hole, so that's pretty cool. That brake feels good. I don't know that I could tell the difference unless I swapped back and forth a few times, probably. But that felt good. Changed the point of impact significantly, which is interesting. But the recoil reduction feels real good. That's a nice tight group, so I'm happy with that. All right, so Josh is going to take, he's got four rounds left, and he wants to burn them up so he gets a full reload on his brass. So I'm just going to record that. Watch the recoil. He's real good on the trigger, better than I am.
He's got bucks, so he's going to go down there.
Sure put the pressure on me.
Yeah, that was my intention. We used to do a thing when he was a kid. I'd give him, give him 1 bullet and tell him he's got 1 bullet and the village is starving, and that's a buffalo, so better make it count. Looks like that worked out because he's a great shot. That thing don't push you around hardly at all.
It's not too bad.
You leaning on it pretty good, holding it tight?
Not really.
Not much?
Yeah, that EC tuner brake made a big
It does a
difference
good
for
job,
recoil.
yeah. Does a good job.
And the first port is at 90 degrees, so it shields the shooter from any
Yeah,
gas
the
muzzle.
back blow of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Nice. Looks like Jameson's hanging out, having a good time, all earmuffed up and chilling. All right, last one.
She wants to take her vet down there tonight.
How'd that look?
Good.
Pretty good? Yeah,
that's,
nice.
That's probably. Yeah, that's a half in.
Yeah, nice,
Pretty
nice.
consistently half all day.
Very good. We're going to take a walk down there and look at those targets. Jameson, you have fun shooting today?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. How about you, Daddy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good time.
Papa too. I had a good time. Let's go check those targets.
See if you got holes in it. I see a 20.
Jameson's going to check it. We should have put a few in it. Right?
I slipped through the-
Oh, good. How'd you do, bud? What? Let me see.
You need a couple in there? Whoa.
What? Look at that.
Dude, you got
Like one,
three
two.
in there.
Wow, and then one right there. That's good shooting,
job,
Jameson.
dude. Out 100 yards with a 22.
Give me a high five. Watch out, there might be pokies back there. Give me a high five. High five me. Bam, good shooting.
Good job, dude.
All right, let's save that for last. That kind of nauseates me a little bit. So, so this is where I started. This is my 6.5 I was shooting out here. This is my first group, and it took me a little bit to get settled in, as you can see. And then I don't even know how many that is. Like 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds there. I made a sight adjustment there. And then there's 3 shots right there. So, you know, it's coming together. That 6.5. I changed bullets to a 147. Then we moved to the 7 PRC. And I did have 2 different loads, which I don't know. What's that? That's probably 3/4 if you measure, or maybe a little under, you know, center to center on those. That's the 7 PRC.
It's a ball.
And then this is also 7 PRC, which is a good, probably 1 minute group. And then remember, oh, and then this one here, 7 PRC, probably a good 1 minute group also. And then we switched the muzzle brake, and I was aiming here and landed here. So that was not quite as much of a distance as I thought. That's about 5 inches, I guess. Made an adjustment, hit low, but then got them all in one ragged hole down there. So that's not bad. We had a great day at the range. This is Clint and Josh and Jameson for Man Skull 101 signing out.